Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another great Class C B plus value from Parkway RV Center. Guys, some people call it a Class B plus, some people call it a Class C. Tomato. I call it a 2008 Gulfstream B Touring Cruiser. You can call it what you want and however you want to justify it. This is a nice unit, guys. Just came in. It's the 5291, which, guys, when these first came out around 2000, 2001, they came out with the 5291 floor plan. You can buy a 2022 B Touring Cruiser with the 5291 floor plan. So this floor plan has been one of their most popular sellers for over 20 years, and you'll see why once you look around it, guys. Total length is 30 feet 6 inches long, Ford E450 chassis with 3 slide outs. So you know, that's a small motorhome to have 3 slides. You know, these are a little bit shorter, a little bit more narrower than a Class A. This particular one has only got 66,000 miles and looks and drives great. We just drove it several hundred miles back. It is the XL edition, which means that it has, besides the XL graphics, it has the solid surface countertops, vinyl ceiling, and the wood grain on the dash. And an upgraded sound system. That's about it. Good looking unit, guys. You know, it's priced for less than half what it costs new. Got a 4 kW Onan gasoline generator running right now. I got the air, the fridge on. Dash air is cold. Outside really looks good, guys, especially considering it's an 08. Got a little bit of fading on the top of the cab over where the decal's at, and it looks like you got a little bit right here where the BT used to be. Got a awning, Firestone tires, which in my opinion, the best tires you can put on a Class B or a Class C, even over Michelin and Goodyear's. We know one good thing, of course, these are kind of the premier motorhome in this style, B plus Class C style. The B Touring Cruiser is kind of their top of the line model. You can see the decals on the roof there, and it's not bad, but I mean, it's typical 13-year-old fade. Paint and body looks good. Besides that, you can probably find something. You can probably find one of them on eBay or Amazon to, if that bugged you that much, you could do that. It's got the, they've added a slide topper to it because this has got the atrium room with the skylights in the slide out, and those don't usually come with the slide out topper because it kind of defeats the purpose of having a skylight if you're going to cover it up. But somebody's added that, so if you do want to take advantage of that atrium skylights in the slide out, you'll have to remove that slide topper or just leave it like it is. I got a 5,000-pound tow capacity hitch. Got 362 horsepower, 6.8 Triton V10. So ton of power for this size motorhome, and of course a seamless fiberglass roof, which is what you want, especially in one that's a few years old. Let's look inside, guys. Plus I'm right here by the road. It's pretty noisy. And this is why I love the 5291, guys. It's probably my favorite floor plan in a BT Cruiser. But you get all this space up here. Here's that atrium slide. You can see the skylights, which you can't see nothing through them now because they got a slide topper on top of them. But oh, I love that lamp. There you go. Add a little class to it. You know, it looks like they've removed the carpet in this thing sometime over the past 13 years and put a vinyl floor down, but actually did a really good job. You know, it's trimmed out great. You don't see any gaps in it between, you know, from the transition strip from one vinyl to the other. This is factory right here, but the front of it has been changed. Leather furniture, which looks great. Back in 2008, they didn't have that cheap leather crap that they had the flaking problem with in later year models. 66,000 miles, no check engine light, got a Voyager camera system. Looks like a pretty new stereo. Bluetooth stereo. The dash air is nice and cold, and the good thing about a dash air on something like this, especially the way this one's laid out, you know, you've got your driver and passenger, and of course the dash air is going to keep them nice and comfy. But if you've got more passengers than that, everybody's going to be sitting directly behind the cab, either at the sofa or the table booth, and that air is going to keep that area pretty cool as well, so you don't have to run the generator as much, run the roof air. And it's got a great roof air system, guys. It's got a 15,000 BTU ducted roof air that's on right now, blowing icicles. All the lights look great. Looks like TV's been updated, which that's to be expected. Sofa makes a bed, table booth makes a bed. So it's a 6 sleeper, like all the 5291s. And yeah, I like it, guys. Corian counter, or the solid surface Corian style countertops, because the Corian is actually DuPont only, but same thing. Over the range microwave, I believe that's just a standard over the range microwave. You got again the solid surface sink, countertop extension, lots of lighting in here. Got a 6 cubic foot, I believe, RV refrigerator. Freezer, this runs off propane or to run off electric. And I didn't bring my thermometer with me, but it is getting cold. So I can promise you the freezer's starting to get cold. Go ahead and lock this door, keep people from coming in here. The Medic, like I said, 15,000 BTU ducted roof air. I've done many videos on these 5291s, guys. These are very, very popular units. I like all the storage the bedroom has. Look at all the drawer space underneath, all this closet space across from the bed, which is in a slide. Got a small TV up there to watch while you're laying down. This is a Queen Island bed. Got some overhead storage. Fantastic vent fan. And a split bathroom with a shower, little bit faded, or a little bleached yellow from, they've obviously had this thing outside a little bit. Of course, you can tell that from the decal on the front, but that doesn't hurt it because it's a fiberglass roof. But apparently they like to cover skylights up, so you can take all that down if you want to. It's no big deal. It's just stuffed up in there. And you got a solid door that opens up, makes it private. Well, that didn't go too good, did it? Anyway, no, it doesn't make a privacy barrier, but I'm sure you could. Actually, you know what? I've seen that right down here. Here's your door stop. Put that out there and have your privacy barrier. Problem solved. Sometimes the easiest ways are the best way to fix a problem, guys. Water closet with an RV toilet, sink, medicine cabinet, storage, another, that's the Vortex vent fan, so it's kind of like a fantastic vent fan. It's got the holding tank heaters for wintertime camping. Yep, it's nice, guys. 2008 5291 B Touring Cruiser with 66,000 miles, which is not bad miles at all for a 2008. It don't seem like it, but that was 13 years ago, so that's right around average miles. 5,000 miles a year, that's about what you want. You got hidden curtains right here so you can close off the front cab for privacy at night. No smoke or pet odors. I'll include that nice little lamp right there. And this is a great price point too, guys, especially in the current market. $49.9 while it lasts, guys. Includes our world famous 4-page inspection process that I'll put a link in the video description below too. Of course, guys, being real with you again, due to the labor shortage and the worst part shortage we've ever seen in 53 years in business in this industry, and the fact that we're doing double the business with without half the employees pretty much, means that they're expected to delay getting this unit checked out. So if you do decide to go with the $49.9 price with the full checkout and the warranty included, please expect a 30 to 45 day delay. And I know that's going to run off some business, guys, but honestly, if it was me buying this and I didn't want to wait that long, because I've already cranked everything up, go with the option B as is price, guys. At least give it a shot. I mean, let us know you're coming. We'll crank a generator up or plug it to shore power, turn the fridge on so it can get cold, turn the air on. Come out and do your own inspection. I mean, I promise you guys, the money you'll save and the time you'll save, instead of waiting 30 to 45 days for a full inspection and getting a warranty, you can take that money you're going to save, because I'm going to give you a discount off that price that will pay for anything this needs, if it needs anything at all, which I've seriously doubted, or at least anything of any significance, guys. There's always going to be little stuff in RVs, new, used, it don't matter. There's always going to be little things here and there on any RV you buy, no matter how much you spend, what brand you buy, new or used, that you've got to pretty much fix yourself. That's any of them. You might have a light not working right, a switch not working right, a faucet dripping. I mean, just like buying a home, guys. I mean, there's always going to be little things you're going to have to do your own little short repairs on. And that's just part of owning an RV. And I speak from 20 plus years of experience on that. You can have everything working spotlessly and perfect. Let it sit a week, then want to take it somewhere, and then you'll have 2 or 3 other little things pop up. And that's just the part of owning an RV. And it can be a brand new 2022 model. It can be a 1982 model or 2008 model or anything in between. I'm sure those of you who watch my videos who have owned RVs in the past, you can pretty much vouch for me on that. But at least, guys, we know the major stuff works. We know it runs and drives like it's supposed to. Backup camera works, dash air's cold, no check engine lights, generator fires right up and runs, roof air's cold, refrigerator's getting cold, lights work, slides work. You know, we'll put some water in it for you so you can check the water system out. And if all that stuff worked, guys, I mean, there's really not that much really left to check, besides maybe an awning. And you're going to save a lot of money off that price. I mean, you can never spend. I'll save you enough money for the option B price that you can never spend it repairing stuff on this RV. Well, unless you keep it for 5 or 10 years, then of course you would. But I'm just talking about your first initial 90 days or 120 days, whatever. And it's got good Firestone tires on it. Seats look good, upholstery looks good. Honestly, guys, and I've looked at the newer ones, the 2021s and 22s, or the 21s, 22s, I don't think I've seen yet, but I think this 08 was built better than the new ones are. They don't do the atrium slide out no more, which I really like in these. In fact, if I was buying this, I'd remove that slide topper and utilize those skylights. Even though I'm not a big skylight fan, but in this right here, it just makes it nice, open and airy. But that's entirely up to you. You know, this is a nice unit for under $50,000. Don't expect it to be on the market very long at all. I look for this thing to sell probably in the next few days or sooner. I know I've sold RVs within 15 to 20 minutes of the video publishing. Somebody calls, leaves a deposit after seeing the video. Basically, as much time as it takes them to get on their phone or computer and watch the video, they'll call and then leave a deposit on it. I mean, it's happened several times in the past, guys. And if it was going to happen on one, it'd probably be this one. And I've got some really cool stuff, guys, that just came in that they're cleaning up, doing a little repairs on. I've got some really cool RVs, and I may do a little PSA drive-through video after this, just kind of show you what came in and what we're doing and what we got in, that I'll be posting here in the next week or two. Of course, half the stuff will sell before I post it. But anyway, guys, if you're interested in this Speed Touring Cruiser, pick up the phone. Don't email, don't message. Pick up the phone during business hours, which is 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Saturday Eastern time. Closed on Sunday for the Lord's Day and Family Day for our employees. and closed most holidays, like the 4th. Well, 4th's on a Sunday, but chances are we're going to be closed that next Monday too. So keep that in mind, guys. Call if you want the best chance of buying this, guys, because there's a lot more buyers than there are inventory right now because of the current new shortage of RVs. Like if you want to buy a new B touring cruiser, I looked them up on RV Trader. They're all on order. Right now, guys, you could wait 6 months to a year. If you went and said, hey, I want a brand new 2022 5291, it could be 6 months to a year or longer before you got it. And I can promise you it's going to be a lot more than $49,900. It's definitely going to be well into the six-figure club. This thing was 6 figures back in 2008. So you can imagine what it is in 2021 or 22 model. Somebody kind of come in the door there. Guys, this unit is going to sell very, very quickly. If it's something you think you're interested in, I do suggest calling right away, 706-965-7929. We do offer financing with approved credit and down payment through a variety of nationwide lenders. And I know financing right now, because of the pandemic, is very, very complicated on luxury items like RVs and boats and motorcycles and stuff like that. My guys will help you through it the best they can. You know, not everybody can get financed for these. No matter if you're going to use it for whatever you're going to use it for, recreational, permanent use, they're all considered luxury items by the banks. So a want, not a need. So keep that in mind. But we'll do our best we can to get everybody we can approved and financed. And I do highly recommend checking with your local bank or credit union so you have some kind of base of comparison. Other dealerships mark the interest rate up on financing, guys, if you go to their finance department, which can cost you several $1,000s over the life of an RV loan and higher payments. I mean, if they mark the interest rate up and you're paying $20 extra a month over 144 month loan, put a pencil to that. I mean, that's a lot of money. Or 25 or 30 bucks a month. Because guys, dealers can mark the interest rate up to what they want to over what the bank approves you for. We don't. But especially your corporate RV dealerships, guys, they make more money on what they call the back end, which is profit made on financing, where people finance, get approved to say a 5.99 rate, but they charge the customer 7.99 or 8.99 or whatever they think they'll pay, and they get to keep 80% of that, guys. That's going to cost you a lot of money over time. Matter of fact, if you've got a current RV loan now and you went to the RV dealership's finance department, it would probably benefit you to research RV financing, where you go directly to the bank, not through a broker, because a broker does the same thing a dealer does, and refinance your RV. You'll probably save a lot of money and pay it off quicker, and save a lot of money on interest, just because the fact dealership marked it up. Literally, you can, and then they charge you the fees, dock fees, prep fees, processing fees, inspection fees, happy camper fees, freight fees, whatever you want to call them, guys. That adds thousands of dollars. That's rolled into the loan. That's got the marked up rate. Then they'll try to upsell you gap insurance, extended warranties, exterior and interior protection packages, ceramic coating, whatever you want to call it, guys. It's not, most of that stuff's not worth the paper it's written on, and all of it is marked up 4 or 5 times over dealer cost. Or what you can buy those same services for yourself after you buy the unit for cash away from the dealership. So here's the thing, guys. You go in, you go to these dealerships and you fall for all the upsell tactics, like the extra services. You pay the extra interest rate that you don't know you're paying, since the bank is dealing directly with the dealer and not you. So you have no idea what the actual rate is. All you know is what's on the loan contract. That could be anything above what the bank approved you for. Guys, you can literally go in on a unit marked online for $49,900 like this and call the bank the next day. You owe $75,000 on it. That's how some people get suckered into their RVs, and they're driving around something that they can't sell, they can't trade, because they owe too much on it. They pretty much have to grin and bear it. I had some folks this morning want to trade in a fifth wheel. They owed $20,000 more than it made at retail, because they were a victim of ripoff world. Again, I get one, sometimes two of those a week, and they literally can't trade it. They can't sell it. They're stuck with it. They don't like it anymore. They've had it for a couple of years, but they're stuck with it because they literally, unless they have 10, 15 grand in their pocket, they're stuck in it, or 20 grand, which they don't. And I feel sorry for them, but that's the way it goes, guys. New RV or used RVs, the banks want you to have a cash investment in it or trade equity. You can't just go to the bank and finance $49.9 anymore in sales tax, even if you've got stellar credit. They want you to have 10, 15, 20% down, guys. They want you to have, and I don't blame them, because they know if you've got that much cash invested in it, then you're less likely to let it go back if somebody loses their income. And I don't blame them there, and it's always a good idea too, because you don't want to buy something like this and owe what you paid for it. You want to have equity built in from day one, and the only way to do that's with money down. So, you know, even if you don't have to pay that much money down, I still recommend paying as much money down as you possibly can, just because it gives you options. Say a year or two from now, you want to sell it, you want to trade it, you're not going to, I mean, the more money you pay up front, you're going to get back, you're going to get that money back when you trade it or sell it. So if that makes sense. In other words, you put an extra $10,000 down, you'll get that $10,000 back when you sell it or trade it. As long as it's in good condition, because there's going to be less of a payoff involved. So that's more equity that goes toward the balance of your new loan to pay it off. Anyway, that's financial advice 101. Of course, I approach financing a lot differently than a lot of y'all do, so I'm not going to get into that. But you know, I'm one of those guys that pay stuff off a lot faster than most people do. What I do basically, guys, is I get the longest term I can, because it helps my debt to income ratio and my credit stay low. But I'll pay double, triple, quadruple payments and pay it off. Like if I buy if I get a 12-year loan on a motorhome, I got to pay it off in 4 or 5. So, and plus that gives you a little wiggle room in case you have a slow month or something happens or you have some unexpected expenses. You can just make the regular payment. So, and I know these people come here, I just want a 4 or 5 year loan, and that's great, but it messes your debt to income ratio up, because banks are only going to loan you money until you get to a certain point of bills going out to income coming in. You get over about 40, 50, 45%, banks are going to start charging more interest rate and start declining your loans because your debt to income ratio is too high. Well, what looks better in your credit? A $400 camper payment or a $1,500 camper payment that you have to pay every month? Always go for the longer terms and just pay extra every month, especially where all of our loans are simple interest. So you pay it off. You get a 12-year loan, you pay it off in 5 years, you paid 5 years worth of interest, you're not paying 12 years worth of interest. So it saves you money that way too. Yeah. Anyway, well, there's my tip for the day. If you got questions about anything, guys, my salespeople are ready to take your calls. 706-965-7929. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, and hit the bell notification button. Smash me a thumbs up if you don't care. Feel free to subscribe. I just said that, but feel free to comment, share on social media. You know, these motorhomes like this are getting harder and harder to find. You know, even at this day and age, even with us taking so long to check them out, we're selling about 2 to 3 RVs for every one that we can buy to replace it. So our inventory is low, but it's building back up slowly in some ways, but dropping in others. So I've got a lot of Class C's right now, B plus Class C, whatever you want to call it. As of right now 2 weeks from now, this whole section of the lot could be a ghost town. This stuff sells. So I mean, so keep that in mind. But anyway, guys, thank y'all again for watching. I really appreciate it. And thanks to all my almost 29,000 subscribers. We're getting on that 30, guys. Thank y'all again for watching, and look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.